Hey everybody, welcome patients, staff, and families to our Buried Treasure Fashion Show. This is the 8th year for our fashion show, and we're continuing this year with our Now I Can theme. Each patient's story, told in their own words, will reflect what they can accomplish after having had bariatric surgery. I would especially like to thank a few people before we get started, a few groups. The Bariatric Center staff, the Edinburgh outlet stores, who furnished some of our outfits, Cato's, who has provided the clothing for our models, and especially thanks to our dedicated patients and to their families. Thank you guys for supporting your loved ones in their journey. Our first model for our fashion show is going to be Sarah Guthrie, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Sarah's story. Sarah says, "Now I can participate in my family's life." She says, "I love to travel and be active. I began to realize, however, that my joints throbbed after even moderate exertion. Beyond constant joint pain, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure and was considered pre-diabetic. Most disturbing as I began my new life as a married woman was the realization that just getting pregnant and bringing a healthy baby to full term would be challenging at my current size. At 26 years old, this was not acceptable. With the help of the Bariatric Center, I was able to lose 120 pounds before becoming pregnant. After a healthy pregnancy, my beautiful daughter was born. Without this surgery, I would never have been able to participate in her life like I can now." Now, Sarah has chosen to wear her own outfit. Please welcome Sarah to the stage, and she's going to take over as your MC for the fashion show.
Thank you, Dr. Lee, and please help me say a special thank you to Dr. Lee, who makes all of this possible. Who loves the attention, by the way. I would also like to welcome all our patients and models and their family. It is definitely a pleasure to be your MC today. I know how nerve-wracking it can be walking down that stage, so of course, I decided this year would be a great year to do the MC. But it's such an empowering experience. We work hard for this journey, and I'm very thankful to be able to do that today. We put a lot of hard work, and I'm thankful for the Bariatric Center staff who also puts so much work into this event for us. Don't forget to tag yourself and post any pictures on social media. Just make sure you get my good side in that, please. Instructions are provided on the table, or just ask your children. I'm sure my mom will after the show, so sorry, Mom, love you. Additionally, I would like to mention, save the date for the gathering on Sunday, August 28th at the Appleworks Orchard. I have not got to go this, so I'm excited to get to go this year. Please see the invites that have been placed on the tables for more information. Before we bring out the models, I do want to share a story that really resonated with me, and so I want to share it with you all today. It's called Beauty in the Lie. It's written by Catherine Warmerdam. It was an article that I found on a website that I follow. Beauty is not a size 0. It isn't size 5 shoes. It isn't blue eyes or brown or green. It isn't brown hair or blonde or black, red, purple, or even blue. It isn't brown skin or white skin or olive skin. It isn't 5'4" or 6 feet. It isn't full lips or thin lips, prominent cheekbones or deep-set eyes. It's not a tiny waist or full hips or even a round derriere. Beauty isn't what strangers see when they look at us. It is the essence of who we are that comes from our words and the way we move through life and the life that shines from our eyes. Beauty isn't our appearance, but rather who we strive to become, our true selves. Kind, thoughtful, a peacemaker, caring, compassionate, forgiving, patient, someone who sees the value in others and finds a small way to tell them with words or without. I know a secret. It's a secret that you know too, though we don't talk about it. You think you are ugly, hideous even, perhaps. You think you have no value and that you are invisible in a sea of thin people. You think your weight defines you, and by definition, you are fat, ugly, and worthless. It's a lie. Every time someone whispered behind your back, it cemented the lie. Every fat joke and every outfit you tried on that wouldn't fit made the lie more true. Every embarrassing, humiliating experience you suffered because of your weight made the lie more and more real. Every time you ate food in secret, you fed the lie, and it grew. And along with the lie, the shame grew too. And then one day you decided to fight back. You started to think about having weight loss surgery. Maybe your family or friends discouraged you from doing it, and that made the lie grow more. But you used the full balance of your will to grasp onto the hope that surgery would not fail you like others before. The Weight Watchers, Atkins, Jenny Craig, OptiFast, Slim Fast, and million other things you tried. So you laid on that gurney in the OR and you put your last hope in the hands of a surgeon who said he could help. The doctor gave you a pouch or a sleeve or a band, but for all his fancy instruments and laparoscope, he couldn't see the secret buried there deep inside you, and with all his years of skill and practice, he couldn't remove what he couldn't see. So you went home from the hospital with your post-op instructions and your tiny hope that this time would be different and that lie would be mute. Those first few weeks were hard and you wondered if you'd made a terrible mistake. And the lie told you that you had. As the weeks and months moved on and the weight fell away, even when you strayed from the plan, you thought the lie had finally died. But it was just waiting. You lost 100 pounds that year, and then you began to believe that the surgery fixed your weight problem. You began to eat and drink things that you knew you shouldn't. You poured a soda and you drank it with dinner, and you ate just a sliver of cake. Just a bite, really. The weight loss stopped, and even worse, the weight began to come back. And the lie you thought had died rose like a monster and overtook your blossoming hope. It called you a failure and told you that you would always be fat and rejected and alone and ugly. And you cried. You cried for your hope that was fading away, and you cried for the little girl inside you who had believed you that this time you could lose the weight and have value and have worth. The lie can't be conquered with scalpels or food. It won't stop growing until we look at it, until we really see it for what it is. It is for us to understand for the very first time that we are beautiful because we have value and power and intrinsic worth. And all the knowledge that the lie was never true makes it shrink and withdraw, but that's not enough. We have to dig up the lie with our truth and our strength and throw it away where it can never take root again. And then stomp on the dead, withered lie and proclaim you're beautiful and worthy, and you will meet your goal. So the lie was your secret that no one could see, and the battle for truth was your best victory. Then set out your vitamins and your protein and get back on track and let the truth finally soar as the weight falls away. Because nothing can stop you when you know what you're worth, and the weight will fall off as you do what it takes, and never again let a lie be your truth, because the truth is you're worth it, and you always were. Thank you for letting me share that with you today, and I hope it was as powerful to you as it always has been for me. To my fellow patients who are here today and those considering surgery, please know that you are beautiful and you are worth it and you will meet your goals. So now we're going to bring out our models. I know it's going to be hard to follow the act of my daughter. I know. Trust me, I do it every day. But they're going to do a good job of trying. So our first model we have today is Glenna Fitzpatrick. Glenna had gastric bypass surgery on June 3rd, 2014, and has lost 165 pounds to date. Now I can cross my legs. Her weight was 342 pounds. She felt miserable, out of breath, and tired all the time. She was on 2 insulin shots a day, 2 oral diabetic medicines daily, 2 blood pressure medicines, and 1 cholesterol medication. Now she is medication-free. She has 2 special needs children who require a lot of care. After many failed attempts to lose weight, she was to the point that she had to do something. After many discussions with Dr. Lee and her family physician, it was decided that this was what was best for her. Now she feels like she is in her 30s, has a ton of energy, and can care for her children without exhaustion. She is glad that she chose this surgery. It has changed her life. Her clothing is from Cato. Please welcome Glenna to the stage. Our next model is going to be Trisha Harden. Trisha had gastric bypass surgery on June 1st, 2006, and has lost 130 pounds. Now I can be the healthiest version of me that is possible. She was morbidly obese most of her life. She didn't even know what it was like to be normal. She always had to shop at the big women's stores. On one of her shopping trips, she couldn't even find a winter coat that would fit around her. When she hit middle age, her obesity started causing other health problems that were spiraling out of control. Her primary physician asked her to see Dr. Lee and the Columbus Bariatric team, which totally changed her life and her attitude. They taught her how to be healthy and how great that feels. And they continue to teach her things she needs to know and understand, year after year after year. She has learned so much from this surgery. Dr. Lee, Julie Knight, and the entire bariatric team and herself continue to use the positive changes they have helped her to achieve. Trisha's clothing is from Cato's. Please welcome Trisha to the stage. Our next model will be Kara Schuler. Kara had gastric bypass surgery on November 5th of 2013 and has lost 140 pounds pre-pregnancy. Now I can have the healthy pregnancy that I always dreamed of. Kara chose bariatric surgery because she knew at nearly 300 pounds she could not live the life she wanted to live. She was having trouble keeping up with her 2 very active little girls and knew the possibility of having any more children was not a very safe choice unless she lost the weight. With her first pregnancy, she struggled with very high blood pressure and eventually was diagnosed with preeclampsia and was induced immediately for both the safety of mother and the baby. Her second pregnancy did not go much better. She was put on modified bed rest for the last 6 weeks to try and control the high BP and to prevent her from getting preeclampsia again. With both of these pregnancies, she suffered from severe acid reflux and edema and felt it was impossible to even get around. After waiting a long 18 months after surgery, Kara and her husband decided it was time to start trying for their third child. Much to their surprise, they got pregnant right away and are expecting their third little girl on April 28th, which happens to be their 9th wedding anniversary. This pregnancy has by far been the easiest pregnancy and the most enjoyable. She has not suffered from any high blood pressure, only very small symptoms of heartburn once or twice, no swelling, and not had to have any extra tests or monitoring this time around like the first two. She feels like she owes a huge thank you to Dr. Lee and his staff for giving her the tool she needed to have a pregnancy she always dreamed of, but never thought was possible. Thank you, Dr. Lee, from the bottom of her heart. She is truly grateful for the gift that you gave her. Kara has chosen to wear her own outfit. Please welcome to the stage, Kara. I think Kara might be braver than any of us, so yay, Kara! Our next model is Nellie. Nellie had gastric bypass surgery in January of 2013 and has lost 75 pounds to date. Now Nellie can do so many things. Nellie struggled with her weight since she was a teenager. She fluctuated up and down and tried many different programs. She came from a large family and the gathering always centered around food. Since her surgery, she is able to do so many more things. She sleeps better, she can keep up with the kids, and she has participated in 2 5K marathons. She feels so much better and says this has been a life-changing event for her. Nellie's clothing is also from Cato. Please welcome Nellie to the stage. Our last model is going to be Kathy Taylor. Kathy had gastric bypass surgery on July 9th, 2015, and has lost 121 pounds. Now I can keep up with everyone else and cross my legs. She chose bariatric surgery after trying everything to lose weight. Since the surgery, she has discovered a healthier way of life. She is now off the medication she required for hypertension. It wasn't easy. It was the hardest thing she has ever done. But what really helped her was the wonderful support she received from the nurses, from Dr. Lee, the hospital staff, and Kathy. All were super supportive, and her family, how can she forget all they have done for her? She can now see herself growing older with her husband, something she worried about when at an unhealthy weight. And I am so happy and grateful for the surgery. Kathy's clothing is also from Cato. Please welcome Kathy to the stage. I am pleased to draw names now for the winners of the beautiful ferns here on stage, plus some gift cards from the Loft and Cato. Please pick up the ferns after the show so we can get some photos taken on stage. This is separate. Put this one right now. What? This one? My fault. Just kidding. They gave me too many options. Brandy Red. How many am I doing? Brandy Red. How many am I doing?
6. We have 6 first.
Okay. Amy Overshiner. David and Nancy Kennedy. Melissa Red. That's 4. So we're gonna skip that one. It's my husband, he doesn't need one. Wilma Dow. And neither does my daughter. I promise I cannot see the names. Karen McNally. So that was one, yes, one. Yes, that's 6. Okay. The Loft is Diane Daup. Oh, Diane Daup. And then Cato is going to be April Fitzpatrick. If you could please raise your hand. Yeah. Congratulations to all our winners. Yeah, thank you. I'll put those, I guess, back in there. Dr. Lee is going to come back to the podium to announce the grand prize winner from our models. That's that one.
So let's see. We would like to announce the winner of our grand prize. The winning model of our grand prize wins 2 tickets to the Phantom of the Opera, and the Bariatric Center is going to purchase the outfit she's wearing today. And so this is out of the models. And the winner of the grand prize and the tickets to the Phantom of the Opera is Sarah Guthrie. So you can turn down all the ferns you want. You still want the thing.
That's right! That was why.
Congratulations. Thank you for helping.
Yeah, no problem.
The second prize is a gift card presented to the model who brought the most guests. So I don't. Oh, do you know? How many guests did you bring, Sarah?
Those 2 tables?
So Sarah Guthrie brought the most guests as well.
I can't help. It's not
So, yeah,
me,
you don't
it's
get
the child.
You don't get the ferns. We have a couple more announcements. I'd like to recognize a couple of patients who are here who are celebrating 10 years or more since their surgery. The first one is Tricia Harden. It's 10 years of success.
Come on up. Oh, we're making you come all the way up.
Thanks. Congratulations, Tricia.
Great today.
Congratulations.
Pictures?
Oh, she wants to get a picture real quick. And then we have another person here who's 10 years or more out from surgery. And I'm not going to give him any flowers today, but Dave Munn, if you'll stand up and be recognized. Yeah, awesome. Congratulations.
Still about 125 down.
Good job. Let's see. I'm not sure if Kay Fordyce is here today. There's rumors that she's working here, so she's not. Okay. All right. That's it. You again.
All right, this does conclude our Buried Treasure fashion show this year. We invite all the models to please come back to the stage. Please give our models another round of applause. All models, come back up to the stage. You are invited to stay and enjoy refreshments provided by the Bariatric Center. Thank you again all for attending.